Morning, folks, and this is Tim Ealer. Hope you all doing well today. Um, this is the national radar. We got ongoing showers and storms here into Georgia. Showers and snow up here into Wisconsin, Minnesota, Mason City, with maybe some icing going on here in parts of Missouri. Some light rain there and some icing. But the temperature's near freezing. And of course, out west, we have the onshore flow with rainfall focused this morning in Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo, um, with some flooding concerns today, and all the way up the Oregon coast into Washington State as well. And yeah, good morning. My name is Tim Ealer, meteorologist, and this is my YouTube channel, Tim Ealer Weather. I hope you're all doing well today. Like the video if you like it, share it with your friends, and hope you all have a good Saturday today. Pray for me because I'm still dealing with after effects of the flu, and I'm having to go back to the med stop today because my sinuses are really messed up, guys. So pray for me there. And so enough about that. Let's get started here. As far as current hazards go, majority of the hazards are out west here, with some marine hazards. Special weather statement looks like patch of dense fog in these areas here along the Gulf Coast and the Florida Peninsula. Out west in the parts of Colorado, fire weather watch today. As far as tomorrow, dense fog, and looks like a high wind warning for parts of Cheyenne, Torrington, Laurie, etc. Wind and weather advisories in the Intermountain West here, parts of Wyoming and Utah. When we go further west, we got wind and weather advisories, dense fog advisories here into parts of Idaho and Oregon, air stagnation advisories, some more lake wind advisories, right? Let's see here, coastal flood advisory along the Oregon coast, some small craft advisories, all kind of different marine warnings here. Winter storm warning in the pink areas in the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada. Excuse me. Flood watch just on the western side of the mountainous terrain here. Flood advisory, wind advisory, different advisories along the coast, beach hazards as well. All kind of different coastal flood warnings, just all kind of different hazards here associated with the onshore flow continuing out west. Well, now that I overlay the temperatures on the precip here, the radar isn't picking this up as snow for some reason up here in Wisconsin. It's definitely cold enough for snow, very cold actually, single digits up here as well up into the northeast. And you can see the warm front or the stationary boundary is here in the south. 61 in Perry, which is just south of my location. So a very distinct boundary here right now. Looks like a wave of low pressure maybe moving through that boundary right now with some rainfall just to the north here. Another boundary further to the north as well, with disturbance moving through the central U.S. Okay, but generally in the 20s and 30s and single digits to the north, and way far to the south here along the Gulf Coast, we have temperatures nearing 70, which could help with severe weather chances right along the coast here today. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. For our local area today, this graphic highlights the same thing we've talked about in the severe weather outlook. We got a weak low pressure moving through central Georgia. Limited threat for isolated strong to severe storms today. South line from Thomaston to Centersville. It's conditional due to the limited instability with the continuing cloud cover and rainfall that's already occurred. If we do get some sun breaking through the clouds, could lead to more instability, which could enhance the threat some, but generally timing impacts 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. today, with hail being the primary threat, severe wind gusts, and isolated tornado. So as we go through the new year, what's the temperatures going to be like? Um, well, January through the 12th, looking like it's going to be warm with highs in the 60s near 70, lows in the 50s across the area. Showers unlikely until end of this week. So good chance that you could wear shorts outside some of these days if you want to. For the short term today, this doesn't seem quite accurate here, but this is what they're calling for high 50 today. I think it's already warmer than 50 degrees. Yeah, for some reason the other graphic was showing something different, but anyway, high it's in the 60s near 70 further south here. Rain chances generally highest along the eastern portion of the state and southeastern portion, and highs in the upper 50s up north. Tonight, rain chances decrease with partly cloudy skies. Lows generally in the upper 30s to mid 40s throughout the state. And tomorrow, generally highs in the upper 50s up to the north and low to mid 60s in southern Georgia. As far as the 15-day temperature outlook goes, for middle Georgia, looking like going to be above normal with for highs through at least the 10th, and maybe cooling off to near normal temps for highs. But you see trending towards higher temps, above normal temps for lows as well, and then approaching near normal to slightly below, at least with this model. Although further out we have less confidence. You can see the differences here. With these blue lines indicate the 5 to 95 percentile of the models. So quite a bit of uncertainty still. So we'll keep an eye on that for future temperatures. As far as excessive rainfall, we're maintaining the risk, slight risk out here along the west coast today, with slight risk into Oxnard, Santa Barbara, Lompoc, Santa Clarita, and the greater surrounding Los Angeles area and the water surrounding that area, all up the west coast of the U.S., up into southwestern Oregon, and in the Sierra Nevada range, of course, with orographic effects today. Total amounts expected here, of course, we got rainfall in the southeast going on today, but the big show out here is out west again. And you can see the amounts here between 2, 3, 4 inches possibly of rain today. For tomorrow, we maintain a marginal risk all in along the west coast again, with a slight risk into the California mountains again, Grass Valley, Sierra Nevada here, orographic effects here into the southwestern Oregon coast with the onshore flow continuing. And if we look at the QPF, highest amounts are near Kinsey again. They've really been getting in on it lately with this heavy rainfall. Likely some snow or other things going on up here into Minnesota and Wisconsin. Not heavy rainfall concern, of course. And moving on to excessive rainfall for day 3. We maintain this marginal risk here along the west coast, generally from Lompoc all the way up to Crescent City, right along the south, north of Brookings here. But after that, the onshore flow is going to let up, and we don't have any other risk after that for the day 5. So as far as severe weather goes, we do have a little bit going on today with marginal risk of severe weather out here into the Sacramento area, Mariposa, Redding, all up along the west coast here, generally from Healdsburg, just north of Santa Rosa, all the way up to the Florence and the just west of Eugene here. General thunderstorms surrounding that area. Some more chance of thunderstorms into Idaho and Nevada today. And in the southeast, we have a marginal risk as well. And we'll start here with the southeast for the different parts of this. Tornado outlook has been pushed a little further south than it was yesterday, 2% generally south of Cordele, in the Abbeville area in the Georgia, generally just south of Hinesville, Mobile, Alabama, Pascagoula, and cuts off here at Gainesville. This is likely due to where the warm front is setting up, and I'll show you that in a minute here. All right. Wind risk goes further north. That encompasses the whole 2% area here, the marginal risk, I mean. So generally on the line north of Macon to Waynesboro to Charleston to Montgomery, so that whole area. Hail risk, got a chance of some small hail, inch in diameter, in this brown area, marginal risk today. Generally from Apalachicola to Valdosta, Fort Valley, Georgia, Columbus, Montgomery, Leakesville. So keep an eye out for that. Out west, there's no hail threat. We have a small tornado risk here in this green area, generally from Modesto to Redding, Eureka today. And wind risk a little bit further north here, Lakeport, Santa Rosa, Eureka, Crescent City, Coos Bay, and near Florence. As far as data 3 to 7 U.S. hazards outlook, like we go over every day, we have we maintain this risk of heavy snow and heavy rain along the west coast through the 6th here. But after that, and this is the 5th through the 9th, after that there's no risk outlined here. I'm going to bring up my pen here real quick. Don't mind here. For Alaska, still going to have hazardous cold risk on the 5th. Heavy snow, high winds, the 5th through the 7th and 8th here with heavy snow again. Significant waves, the 5th through the 6th with high winds as well in the Aleutian Island chain. As far as heavy precip, the 10th through the 16th, this is the 8 to 14 day hazards outlook. Slight risk in the deep south to the southeast, the 10th through the 12th. Slight risk of heavy snow along the east side of the Great Lakes here, up into in the lake effect favored areas generally, but otherwise nothing else there. In that same area, we got a slight risk for high winds, the 10th through the 12th, and returning risk for high winds out here out west in the Southern California and in parts of the desert Southwest. No hazardous temperatures expected during this period. And moving on, the 60-day temperature outlook. We showed this in the local graphic, but this is the overall graphic from that CPC website issued yesterday. Generally east of the Rockies, above normal. West of the Rockies, looking below normal. In between, you could have one or the other. Below normal to near normal in Alaska, quite a big gradient here. And into Hawaii, above normal temps expected. Precip chances look to be highest here in the Mississippi Valley region, into the Ohio Valley, out west into parts of Colorado, with less likely chances surrounding it, but better than zero. Near normal into Florida, above mostly in Alaska and Hawaii, and below normal out west here. This is the 8th through the 12th. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, trending above normal for a good portion of the nation, with the exception of the desert Southwest into some areas in California, Arizona, and those areas you see here near normal temperatures. with a gradient still here in Alaska between below and near normal to above, and above in Hawaii still. Precip looks to be near normal for a good portion of the nation, with maybe above normal precip, which is good news for the southern Texas here. We haven't had a lot of rain. And the northeast and below normal out west here, which is a big change as well from what's going on right now. And Alaska and Hawaii look to have above normal chances of precip here. Now, this is the monthly temperature outlook. This is issued December 3rd. So we have below normal temperatures looking possible here in the northeast, all the way up to the northern tier of the U.S., equal chances in between, and above normal chances to the south of that in the red here. The highest confidence is in the deeper red colors, where you can see based on the chart here what the confidence is. Equal chances in Alaska and Hawaii to below chances further to the southeast. Monthly precip outlook looks possibly below normal here into Florida and the southeast, parts of Texas. The rest of the nation, equal chances to above here in the Intermountain West to the southwest U.S. and the Southern California. And equal chances to above to below, depending on where you are in Alaska here during this period. So this was issued yesterday. This is the week 3 to 4 temperature outlook, January 17th through 30th. It really reinforces the monthly outlook here. Below normal temperatures expected to the north, equal chances in between, above normal further to the south. With above normal temperatures looking likely in Alaska to equal to below further south, Aleutian Island and Hawaii above normal. And the week 3 to precip outlook, unfortunately for the south, below normal for the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes above, the northeast below. Just different areas here, equal chances and near normal precip in the Intermountain West, parts of Intermountain West, the Central Plains, the Southwest, and parts of Texas, and above normal here in some of the northwestern states here, Idaho, Montana, those areas, in Wyoming. Equal chances of below in Alaska. You can see here the chances in the Aleutian Island chain, and above normal in Hawaii. So I'm going to run a little model comparison here for the southeast for the severe weather for today. We're starting out with the HRRR. This is showing reflectivity with updraft velocity swath here for tornado possibility. You would see like black circles wherever the updraft velocity reaches those values. And you can see it shows generally what's going on right now on the radar with the oranges and reds here. That area pushes out. You can see reinvigoration of convection later today, this afternoon, south of the middle Georgia area, right? But so there's a distinct boundary here that will likely strengthen for a little while over time here, and then move to the south. We can switch models. Go to the HRW, see what it shows. It's a little more bullish here with precip further north. But overall, it doesn't have a lot of updraft velocity plots here. Although maybe some down along right along the Gulf Coast here. You see that one right there? So, and some here as well. Okay. But to the north here, not a lot going on. All right. So, let's look at NAM 3 kilometer conus, which is another convecting allowing model. It doesn't show much of anything happening here with this line of storms that moves through. Although southeast Georgia maybe, but just for giggles, let's look at wind gusts. See what wind gust would be here. Go back to the HRR, surface and precip, and the most recent run here. Yeah, I think highest threat's just going to be south of Middle Georgia today. I just don't think we're in on an unstable enough atmosphere for any real severe weather to get going here. But areas further south, generally this line here, definitely could get something today. What's a long-term hold is sensible weather? When we look at that, we look at 500 millibars here, the mid-level flow. And generally, what we see, at least starting off, this represents what's going on today quite well. We got this trough down here in the southeast with a mid-level low up to the north here. And that generally moves out. You have more of a zonal west to east flow in the south, with cold temperatures pushing on shore here. A broad, just westerly Pacific flow on the north. High pressure noses all the way down into the southeast and the northeast, which will lead to a warm up, right? And out west, we got a trough moving through the flow here. And that eventually squeezes this high pressure out, but that doesn't really, this high pressure stays in place here, really. And you have a ridge flexing out west here. So with that, what do we expect as far as temperatures go? Well, let's take a look here. Mean temperature. I mean, I think just about what you would expect this time of year. Colder temps to the north, warmer temps further south, 50s, 60s, right? With warming up quite a bit. We talked about this before that. Maybe pushing some colder air further out west here, which hasn't been there before in a while, in the Intermountain West and Central Plains. Some colder pushes here for a little while. But you're never going to stop. You're not going to stop the warming trend back up in the south. It just is inevitable, right? So, because the sun angle is getting higher here, but you can see generally what the trends are. All right, and we showed that in the 15-day outlook as well for the temps for Middle Georgia, with temperatures generally being above normal to trending towards near normal or slightly below towards the end of the period. That's all I got for today, guys. Hope you all have a great day, and God bless.